In the year 1900, Greek sponge divers sailing through the Aegean Sea made an unexpected discovery off the coast of a small island called Antikythera. Seeking sea sponges, they dove beneath the waves and instead found the shattered remains of a 2,000-year-old Roman-era shipwreck. Among the statues, coins, and amphorae was a strange, corroded lump of bronze and wood. At first glance, it looked like nothing more than a ruined object lost to the sea. But inside that lump was something truly extraordinary. A machine unlike anything else known from the ancient world. Over time, as archaeologists began to study the fragments, they noticed something impossible. Gears, dozens of them, intricately cut, interlocked with teeth just millimeters long. The object was mechanical, precise, and far too advanced for its time. Known today as the Antikythera Mechanism, this strange device has since been called the world's first computer. It was built by unknown Greek engineers around 150 to 100 BCE, over 1,000 years before anything even remotely similar would appear in human history. The mechanism was housed in a wooden box, about the size of a shoebox, and inside were more than 30 bronze gears, turning axles, and dials covered in Greek inscriptions. When reconstructed, scientists discovered that the Antikythera mechanism could accurately predict solar and lunar eclipses, track the phases of the moon, model the irregular orbit of the moon, and even chart the positions of the known planets. It could tell you, for example, when the next eclipse would occur, in what constellation, and even whether it would be visible in Greece, all with the turn of a crank. But how could such a sophisticated machine exist in the ancient world? For decades, scholars were baffled. Nothing like this had ever been found. Before the discovery of the Antikythera mechanism, the history of science told us that complex gear-based technology didn't emerge until the 14th century, with the invention of European astronomical clocks. Yet here was a machine built in the time of Archimedes, possibly by someone directly influenced by him, operating with an understanding of astronomy, mathematics, and mechanical engineering that seemed impossible for its age.
The mechanism was so advanced that it used a differential gear, a system thought to have been invented in the modern era. It modeled the 19-year Metonic cycle, the 76-year Callippic cycle, the 18-year Saros cycle of eclipses, and even included a dial for the ancient Olympic Games. This wasn't a toy or a mystical object. It was a scientific instrument designed to decode the heavens. For most of the 20th century, however, the mechanism remained misunderstood. Many of its fragments were corroded and its inner workings hidden. That changed in the early 2000s, when scientists used cutting-edge imaging techniques like X-ray tomography and 3D modeling to virtually peer inside the device. What they saw shocked them, layer upon layer of complex, precision-engineered gearwork, like something out of a Renaissance workshop, only 1,400 years earlier. We still don't know exactly who built it. Some speculate it came from the island of Rhodes, a center of astronomical learning in the Hellenistic world. Others suggest it was made by a workshop linked to Archimedes himself. Whoever the creator was, they weren't just a craftsman, they were a genius, working at a level that wouldn't be seen again for centuries. So how did the knowledge to build such a device disappear? The fall of the Roman Empire, combined with the loss of Greek scientific texts, meant that much ancient knowledge was forgotten. The Antikythera mechanism was not just a technological marvel. It was a symbol of what humanity once knew and then lost. It shows us that the ancient world was not primitive, but filled with minds capable of astonishing invention. Today, the fragments of the mechanism are housed in the National Archaeological Museum in Athens. Replicas have been built, and digital models now allow us to see how it might have worked in pristine condition. But still, many questions remain. Were there more like it? Were they destroyed, lost, or buried in other shipwrecks still hidden under the sea? Was this just the tip of the iceberg of a forgotten technological revolution? The Antikythera Mechanism reminds us that history is not always a straight line of progress. Sometimes great leaps are made, and then forgotten. Sometimes the future lives in the past, waiting to be discovered again. This ancient computer, pulled from the depths by chance, continues to inspire scientists, engineers, and dreamers around the world, because if such a machine could exist 2,000 years ago, what else have we lost?